Oh, that's so nice. So nice. Guys, I'm telling you, if you don't, and it's got that magnetic lid, which is always a classic ad for a fragrance. The presentation anyway. Doesn't do anything for the smell, but it really makes the presentation nice. If you haven't tried Carolina Herrera's 212 VIP Black, the OG, the original 212 VIP Black, definitely check it out. I think it is a very good fragrance. It's a solid fragrance to have, and it's a great kind of standard by which you can measure other just daily wear fragrances out there. Of course, this is the 50 ml version, but it's just a very well-rounded, versatile fragrance for daily wear. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We are here to talk about the brand new Carolina Herrera 212 VIP Black. I love New York. It's a limited edition release, but limited edition releases don't promise to be that different, but this one has some interesting additional fragrance notes in there that you might find super appealing. So I've got that and more coming up, so stay tuned. Let's see, Times Square, Empire State Building, Statue of Liberty, Fifth Avenue, like Saks Fifth Avenue, Central Park, Grand Central Station, Chinatown, Yankee Stadium, Metropolitan Museum of Art, Brooklyn Bridge, Jazz in Harlem. New York City is one of the most dazzling cities in the world, and to many people an incredible place to live or just to visit. One world traveler summed it up this way: it's the most beautiful and enjoyable chaos one can experience. Why are we talking about the Big Apple? Well, that's the focal point of the brand new limited edition release of Carolina Herrera's 212 VIP Black. I love New York, or I heart New York. This is part of their emoji release. It's not really called that, I'm calling it that, but they did the smiley version not that long ago. Before we do anything else, in our typical fashion, let's take a look at that presentation. The box is all shiny black in silver lettering. On the front it says 212 VIP Black, I heart New York. The heart is red, of course. There is a trademark on that saying Carolina Herrera limited edition eau de parfum for men, so it is an EDP concentration, 100 ml bottle, 3.4 fluid ounces. The sides of the box have no information. On the back of the box is an I Love New York holo QR code that you can scan. Find what you love in New York State. Below that is the carolinaherrera.com address along with the logo. On the bottom of the box, you've got additional stickers, and ingredients listing, and a UPC along with the batch code. The top of the box has 212 in silver numbers. The bottle is all shiny black. There is a silver band where the lid meets the bottle, and it says 212 VIP Black on the front of that silver band. And on the back it says Carolina Herrera. That is embossed on the silver band. On the bottom of the bottle, there is no adhesive sticker or anything embossed. It is just blank. It is left empty. The lid is plastic, but like other previous flankers, it is magnetic. The atomizer and pump are silver. All right, so nothing super different or new here with the exception of the actual name, I Heart New York, and the heart being in red. It is a trademark moniker, so they had to get permission to use the moniker on the actual fragrance, but it is in association with the I Heart New York campaign or website or additional information regarding that kind of lore. And you can check it out at the website that will come up. So when you scan that I Heart New York QR code, it's going to come up with a bunch of information regarding New York City, maybe times to visit, how you can get there, some of the festivals and events that are going on, some of the features and places of New York City that are most popular are some of the ones that I mentioned. But what about the notes that are in I Love New York? 212 VIP Black I Love New York limited edition features top notes of black pepper, cardamom, and grapefruit, with heart notes of absinthe, cinnamon, lavender, and rosemary. Resting on a base of coffee, Haitian vetiver, musk, and vanilla. So we know from the fragrance notes that it's not going to be a divergent or something completely different or crazy or out there. It's just building on the original foundation, which is good. So what did they add into the I Heart New York edition to make it a little bit different or better that makes us think of New York or why it would be associated with New York? Well, that's a very easy answer, and that is coffee. Let me just tell you some of the best coffee that I have ever had, besides in Spain. I love the coffee in Spain, is in New York. Some of the best espressos, some of the best lattes that are extremely eye-opening are in New York. And that makes sense, right? Because you've constantly got the hustle and bustle of people trying to get somewhere, trying to get things done. It's always about the hustle, and you've got to have that coffee, that caffeine, to pump you up to get going and get on with your day. Caffeine then is a must-have for NYC life. You've got absinthe, cinnamon, and lavender are the kind of three codependents, and rosemary is the total spice. It's like spice added to spice, so it's going to be even more peppery, more lively, more eye-opening, and nose-catching. Is that a new phrase, a new word? So this fragrance is definitely going to be nose-catching. Quality of the atomizer is great. There's enough spray to 2 or 3 sprays at most are going to be enough for you for all day. There you go. So with the open, you get this freshet of spices, and if you know anything about absinthe, if you've ever had the drink absinthe, you know it's got an almost licorice kind of vibe to it because there's star anise, wormwood, many other kinds of notes that go into creating this whole thing called absinthe. So it's very green, very herbaceous, yet very welcoming and warm too. There's that light sweetness that goes along with the whole absinthe vibe, and we've got absinthe in the heart here as opposed to in the open, but you do get that absinthe immediately in the open. The whole black pepper, cardamom, and grapefruit is there to really kind of add a little bit of fruit, a little bit of fruit sweetness there, a little bit of nutty, creamy sweetness, but it's also there for volume. You know, it's there, it kind of envelops and surrounds the whole note of absinthe and kind of helps carry it. And in the dry down is when it starts becoming a bit more apparent that there's coffee in here. I'm really happy that they haven't alienated that hyper versatility with this limited edition version. What I think you'll love most about 212 VIP Black I Love New York is the fact that it's a kind of a roasted coffee fragrance. If you've ever smelled Halloween Man X by Jesus Del Pozo, it has that kind of, now I don't want to say burnt coffee, but more roasted coffee smell. That's exactly where I Love New York is coming from, except it's just a bit fresher. You know, it's almost like you just walked in and you're face to face with the barista while they're fixing someone else's drink, and you get a whiff of that freshly ground coffee. But if you don't like the smell of coffee, there's still enough to recommend this as a great flanker of the 212 VIP Black formula to own. It's not yet available at discounters. When it is and the price is dropped, again, I have a good feeling about this one. I think it's going to be very popular and definitely is a solid release and worth owning. So again, when to wear it, that's a simple question to answer anytime, anywhere. It is a casual fragrance with an edge of upscale, like many new fragrances that are coming out now. Of course, the price is $106 for a 100 ml bottle. I have it linked down below so you can check that out. It's a fantastic smelling fragrance overall. Great masculine fragrance, and I think it's even better and more appropriate to wear this as opposed to the original 212 VIP Black on date nights, because it does have a little bit of sultry, a little bit of sexy, along with the coffee and vanilla vibe going on. That's where it comes from. That's a wrap on my first impressions of Carolina Herrera's 212 VIP Black I Love New York limited edition fragrance. When it hits discounter, more people can enjoy it, but right now at $106, I think it's definitely well worth it. The presentation is great. That magnetic lid, which by the way is super strong, like you can hold the fragrance up by the lid, you don't have to worry about it. I don't recommend it doing it for extended period of time, but it's still kind of a nod towards the quality of the magnet as well as the presentation. Thanks so much for tuning in to today's first impressions. As always, thank you so much for your continued support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow.